in the historic town of Winchester. As you can see, we are at the official start of the South Downs Way. Unfortunately, we can't get in, it's locked at the moment, but we're going to start now. It's 8:30 in the morning and we've got 100 miles to go to Eastbourne. Let's go.
We've walked 3.5 miles out of Winchester. We've done a first little climb onto the Ridgeway with lovely views back over to the town of Winchester. It's rather windy. We've come down a little bit so we're not so exposed, and the weather's quite nice, quite pleasant, bit of sunshine, so yeah, all good.
So we're 9 miles in now and we decided to stop for lunch at the Millbury. I think that's what it's called. I decided to get myself a nice cold pint. Cheers. So we've had lunch at the Millbury and a nice refreshing pint, and as you can see the sun is out and it is warm, so that's good. I just realised I didn't bring any sun cream, so I need to put my hat on soon. But we have around 2 miles till we get to Exton. And then we've probably got another 8 miles till we get to our campsite. But we're feeling good. Our legs are feeling strong. We've actually cut a lot of weight out of our bags from our previous Great Glen Way and East Highland Way walks. So we learned quite a lot about what we didn't need or what we did need. So we're feeling a lot lighter today, aren't we?
Yeah, slightly lighter.
A lot quicker, according to our Garmin. Yeah. So we're walking a lot quicker today.
Although it is flat-ish path, so.
Yes. So today's been quite gentle, to be honest. The hills have been just gentle. The gradients have been gentle. The weather's been really nice, and we've had a nice pace today. So that's why I thought, why not stop in the pub and have a pint and just enjoy today? Because I think the weather is going to get a lot worse as we move on into the week. So we're just taking our time, taking the pictures, enjoying the views whilst we've still got them, and yeah, it's nice. Let's see what the rest of the day brings us.
Just reached Beacon Hill checkpoint with fantastic views. Tells me that we've walked 18 miles, but that's probably not the route distance because it includes us walking around. We've just passed Meon Springs behind us. It's like a fishing kind of place with glamping, and we believe you can camp as well. It seems to be quite a nice place. There's fresh water taps we've seen, and maybe a little shop, but it didn't look open when we passed, so can't verify that. We've got around 2.5 miles, or within 2.5 miles, to get to our campsite. It's been lovely all afternoon, albeit a little bit windy still. But yeah, it's been really pleasant. So one long straight line to our campsite.
Let's do it!
Yay! So day 2 of the South Downs Way. Last night we stayed in the Sustainability Centre just past East Meon. Just want to show you on the map. Just down here at this corner. We covered a total of around 20 miles, but that did include all of our wandering around and going to have a look at things and breaks and stuff. So it probably is slightly less officially, but we always manage to make up those extra miles. Today is a very, very short day, which is my fault. Kevin's not complaining though. We have around 10 miles to get to South Harting. And the reason for that is because I really struggled to find campsites along the way really nicely spread out. And there is one just slightly further ahead we found out that we didn't know about. So we have a B&B / room in a pub booked for tonight in South Harting, which means that we only have 10 miles. So very, very short day. Although the day after we have another long day, so it's another 20 miles. So, you know, we're still doing the miles, it's just not as nicely spread out as perhaps we would have liked it to have been. So today we passed through Queen Elizabeth Country Park before we get to South Harting. You can see South Harting is actually off the route slightly, so we will be going away from the route for a little while. And yeah, it's a nice day again today. It was very quiet at the campsite last night. No other campers, only people staying in the yurts that they've got here, which look very nice. The facilities are really good. We would actually really recommend this place. It's really nice and peaceful. There was lots of owls last night. Gave me a bit of a startle because it was really high pitched and yeah, really startled me while I was dozing off. But yeah, we'd really recommend it here.
It's a nice easy day today, which I ain't complaining about. So day 2. Yeah. We're going to pack up now, aren't we?
Yeah, so it is late.
We had a sleep in.
It's just past 9 o'clock, but we've done that on purpose, obviously, because we haven't got far to go. Yeah. So we can't check into the our room until around 3 p.m. So we need to kill some time, and we're probably going to have a wander around the Queen Elizabeth Country Park and potentially go up to Butser Hill. Where is it here? Butser Hill there. It's a very short distance away from the route, so we'll decide whether to go up there when we get closer, but it might be worth our while going there because it looks to be a nice viewpoint, and it's a nice day today, so we're going to get some lovely views again.
Right then, shall we get going?
Yeah. Left the visitors centre where we had lunch, and we've been walking through the Queen Elizabeth Country Park, and it is beautiful. We had a bit of an up, but what goes up must come down, so we're going down now. We've probably got around 5 miles maximum to where we're staying tonight in South Harting, but that's fine for us. This is a very, very easy, slow day today, just taking it all in, taking our time. Whatever opportunity we've got to stop, we seem to be stopping. Really taking it really nice and gentle today, she says, trying to not stumble over tree branches. Yeah. We have walked away from the Queen Elizabeth Park onto sort of a track, a farm track. Beautiful scenery with rolling fields around us, very green. The weather is absolutely beautiful today. We've been very lucky, and we are now on our way to South Harting, which is where we're going to stay tonight. We have done just over 8 miles and we've probably got maybe 2 to go. So we've made it to South Harting, where we'll be staying tonight at the White Hart. And doesn't it look lovely? It's probably about just over half a mile from the South Downs Way Trail, but you can come down through the forest track because it's quite a busy road actually, so there is a good footpath that you can use straight down from the South Downs way, and it's really easy to follow, so yeah.
Should we check in?
Yeah, let's go.
So who says long distance hiking has to be hard work? So this is our room for the night in the White Hart Inn. And
Nice,
isn't
it?
It is nice. And you can see over here we have our usual bag explosion. We're just getting ready now to go for some pub grub. Looking forward to it, aren't we?
Yeah, it'll be better than our dinner that we had yesterday, put it that way.
We need the food because we've got a big 20 miles
tomorrow.
So
Yeah.
we'll get grubbed up.
Yeah.
And then go to bed early. And then we've got 3 nights worth of camping after tonight.
Good morning, day 3 of the South Downs Way, and we have left South Harting. We have now joined the South Downs Way again. South Harting is 0.66 miles off the trail, word of warning, and it's uphill in the morning. So we're absolutely knackered and we've only just started. Today we are going to Amberley, which is approximately 19.5, 20 miles away. No doubt we'll add on a few miles because that's what we seem to do. It seems to have rained at some point this morning. It's really sort of humid and muggy. It is forecast to be another really nice day today around midday. So yeah, we've been really lucky with the weather. So yeah, let's go.
Wow, the view is really opening up now. We are lucky to have the weather on our side this week so far. It's a little misty, isn't it?
Morning mist.
But it's a lot cooler now. The humidity's dropped, thank God. I'm not sweating so much. But look at that. Harting Downs, you've delivered to us some spectacular views. And down there is South Harting, which we climbed up from. Accommodation for the night, but look at those views.
So we've just come across this signpost coming down from the Harting Downs, and we have covered a total of 31 miles on the South Downs Way, but we've still got 69 miles to go. Better get cracking.
Whew. Today is a hot one. The sun is peeking out of the clouds now, and since we've come down from Harting Down, we've been mainly in the woodlands. The track has been fairly kind to us. It's just mainly gravel and mud, but there's some climbs and descents, and it's just undulating this so far. So we're going up and down quite a bit. So we're 5 miles in, and we're going to find ourselves somewhere to take a break. I think we need it now. Have a water break, have something to eat, and then we'll push on from there.
So we've just come down from that hill all the way over there. We've just come up another one. We just crossed the road, and if you turn right, that's how you get to Cocking. And the sign says it's approximately half a mile, which would be about the same distance we walked from South Harting. It looks about the same on the map. We've just also passed Manor Farm, which is a campsite as well. What I would say though is that it is on a hill, so just be careful with that one, whether you want to stay there and be rolling down in your tent at night. We've done, well, 9 miles, although the map said it was 7.5 miles from South Harting to the Cocking turn-in. So as per usual, we've done over, and the book says that we've got 12 miles to Amberley in this direction.
Now we're just looking for a lunch spot, aren't we?
Yeah, so we want to stop for lunch within, well, definitely by 1 o'clock, so within the next couple of miles we'll stop. Just finding that perfect lunch spot again, as per usual. But we've got some sandwiches from the local little corner shop in South Harting. It is only a small shop, but they do fresh sandwiches in the morning, so we took the opportunity and bagged one of them. Let's go.
It's hot work now. We're 3 miles in from lunch. We've just passed Graffham Down, which is about a mile behind us, and the sun is out and it is hot. So we've got another 7 miles to go. Hopefully it cools down a little bit. I'm just not used to the heat after the Great Glen Way and East Highland Way. This is hot work, so need to keep drinking water. Hopefully we will be there by about 5 o'clock, half 5. So better get a move on. We have reached Truleigh Hill and look at those views. You cannot pay for those views.
Tonight we are staying near Amberley at a place called Foxley Barn, and it is really nice. We would highly recommend people to camp here. It is bang on route, really easy to find, can't go wrong, and the lady who owns it even came out to meet us, which was really nice. Really nice couple who own this place. There are little sort of cabins and sort of, I think there's cottages you can stay in as well. But the campsite is huge. You can bring your car as well if you want to come for a long weekend. They've got all the facilities you can dream of. Hot shower, toilets, a little kitchenette that we're sat in now, plugs to charge the phone, hair dryer, and they've got, they don't own it, but a local curry house delivers, so that's what we're having for tea.
Lamb balti, cobra. Katie's got some sides. Weirdo that she is, instead of a full curry.
So we didn't show you where we went yesterday. So we started off at the Sustainability Centre where we stayed, which is just south of Eastbourne. We then went towards Truleigh Hill, which I think is that sort of point at the top there. We came down to cross the A3, and then we came up the other side across the Queen Elizabeth Country Park, and then all the way down to South Harting. Now at South Harting we did come off trail, so here we did start coming off trail, this little wiggly line, so that's not the South Downs Way. The South Downs Way carries on. So yesterday we covered a total of 10.7 miles, although 0.7 of that was actually getting to South Harting. Today we covered over 20 miles, starting in South Harting. We did have to walk back up to the trail, so from here to the point here was getting back onto the South Downs Way trail. It's been pretty undulating, lots of ups, lots of downs. We passed Cocking, the turning for Cocking, which is very popular for people to stay, and there's also a turning for Graffham, and then you
big hills coming up,
get to Amberley, where we're staying tonight. So as you can see, it is literally bang on the South Downs Way trail. Day 4 of the South Downs Way. We are walking away from Amberley. Last night we stayed at Foxley Barn, which we would highly recommend. Beautiful camp spot, great facilities and lovely owners. Honestly, couldn't do more for us. Everything you could think of they've got. We've got 15.5 miles to go today to the YHA at Truleigh Hill. It's supposed to rain sort of 12 o'clock onwards, so we'll see how far we can get before it starts raining.
Across the A24, got our hearts
Yeah,
pumping a little bit, didn't it? So we're not far from Washington now. We've got about half a mile to go. It's only a couple hours walk from Amberley, so it's actually been quite a nice morning, hasn't it?
Yeah, a bit windy.
A bit windy, but apart from that,
So good.
it's all right. Katie knows there's a weather warning for tonight for this area, but we don't know. We're going to check that out in a bit. But we're kind of racing the rain. It's supposed to really pour down around about 4 o'clock. It is now 11:30, and we've still got quite a bit to do. 15 miles, and we're about 6 point something miles in for today. So we stopped for lunch, got ourselves some naan bread from the curry last night, and we have done 10 miles from Amberley, and we've got another 5 miles to go. So it's been really windy once we got up to the ridge line. I can see it being quite nasty when the weather closes in, but luckily all we had is strong winds, haven't we?
Yeah, been very lucky really. It has attempted to shower, which is why we're sat with our coats on. As soon as we sat down, it started spitting, but luckily it's just sort of passed across, so yeah.
And this is a view we've got for lunch. Hopefully you see that. And I think we're going over to...
See where the masts are,
Yeah.
the distance.
Where's that?
Truleigh Hill.
Truleigh Hill. So we're going up to Truleigh Hill. That's our place for camping in 5 miles time. But we're going to finish eating our naan breads and we'll keep on walking. Only 5 miles to go. Hopefully we beat the rain. And, well, hopefully. I don't think we are, but hopefully we'll beat the rain.
So the rain did catch up with us, although it was very, very quick and fleeting. Luckily it's shifted over that way, so we'll wait for the next one to come along.
Now we're just passing the pig farm.
The pig farm, and it stinks.
So as usual we got caught in an absolute pour down, didn't we? But I think it's starting to calm down now. We found us a little sheltered spot. It's looking a little bit better. But luckily our waterproof coats were already on.
Yeah.
So we're okay. Just wet trousers really, aren't
Soggy bottoms.
we? Oh well. We didn't even have enough time to put them on, did we? That's how quickly it came.
Literally split seconds.
So hopefully it'll calm down and we'll move on in a minute. Now this is a climb. So we just come from over there where the pig farms are. We got absolutely drenched around about here. We just walked up the rise and we're just climbing this monster. Hopefully you can hear me. There's Katie in the distance. I better follow her. Yeah, we made it, Katie. I think we've got a campsite up on the left. The heavens opened yet again. The weather here is really, really, really bad. You can hear it, you can hear the rain, you can hear the winds. But we're here at the YHA, Truleigh Hill, and they do pizza and beer. So you can't complain with that, can you? So we got a pizza, both of us. If you could see that. And we're going to tuck in, have a couple of beers, have some pizza, call it an early night, and then yeah, we'll carry on. What we got tomorrow?
12 miles tomorrow to Housedean, where we'll be camping again. Hopefully tomorrow it's not forecast to rain, but then the day after it is, so just our luck, eh?
Yeah. So there's not many times I can say I'm stuck in a tent with all my washing hanging up, eating pizza, drinking beer, but we wouldn't have it any other way, would we? So, alright, let's see what tomorrow brings us. I don't know if you can hear that, but this rain has been going on since about 4 o'clock with strong winds, and there's been no let up, is there? So hopefully we won't get flooded out. I mean, this tent can take quite a bit, but not being exposed to this amount of rain. And I think it's supposed to be like this all night as well, isn't it, Kay?
Yep.
We're in for a long night tonight, aren't we?
Yep. Morning, day 5 in South Downs Way. We've just woke up. We've been camping in sort of the grounds of the YHA at Truleigh Hill. There weren't very many people here. There was 2 of the campers down here, and this is the flattest bit that we could find that was close to where we're supposed to camp. We've just got breakfast, some bacon rolls and some tea and coffee. So yeah, we're gonna pack away and head out. We've not got far to go though. We've got, what did I say last night? 13 miles? 13 miles to Housedean-ish. We were quickly looking last night because tomorrow, Friday and Saturday, the bad weather really sets in, and there's actually a yellow weather warning for this sort of southern region. So typical, we're going to be walking and it's absolutely going to be torrential rain. So we were looking last night to see what we could do. Could we trim the days down? But we've just got too many miles to go. We're just too far out of Eastbourne to make it in 2 days. So we're going to stick to our itinerary. We do have a hotel for the night where it is supposed to be really, really bad. So that's fine. And then we'll see how it goes today, whether we change our plans. We're hoping there might be a camping pod that we might pay a little bit extra for if it's available, but we'll see.
So we're walking away from Truleigh Hill Youth Hostel. We had a good night's sleep considering. We had really heavy rain from around about 4 o'clock, and then the strong winds kicked in. So it kept us awake a little bit, but that only lasted till midnight, and then everything calmed down. So today we've got 12 miles to go. The weather looks good, so we're just going to enjoy this while it lasts, because tomorrow we're supposed to have a weather warning for more high winds and more heavy rain. So we'll see how that goes tomorrow. But for now, we'll just get on and enjoy today.
It's a National Trust property at Saddlecombe.
Just stopping for a break. Lovely place, isn't it?
Beautiful cafe.
Do lovely food, and I've had a glass of milk.
It's funny because we were talking yesterday that we both just fancied a nice bowl of cereal with cold milk.
And they'll do milk
and,
here.
They did a little glass of milk for 50p, so we got one.
What were we, 4 miles in now?
4 miles in, and we probably got around total 13 today-ish. And we've upgraded to a sleeping pod tonight. Bad weather might set in early morning, and the last thing we want to be doing is putting our tent down and packing away when it's like really high winds, torrential rain. If it doesn't come, it doesn't come. At least we'll have a good night's sleep. And we've never slept in a sleeping pod before, so it'll be a good experience.
8 more miles to do. Just poured down, and now it's sunny again.
Yeah, typical.
Right, we've got less than 2 miles to go till we get to our campsite, and look, as you can see behind us, the weather is amazing. Blue skies, the trail's been really good, the views have been fantastic, apart from about 20 minutes ago when the heavens opened. We had to get our waterproofs on, but as soon as it opened it pretty much ended, so we had to take them back off because the sun came back out. But we haven't got long to go now. Looking forward to stopping for the day. Yeah, overall it's been a good day.
So we've just arrived at our campsite. We've covered 14.5 miles today to get to Housedean Farm campsite. It's right on trail, so super convenient again. Let's go and check in. So this is our little pod for the night.
Could be a lot worse, couldn't it?
Yeah, should we have a look in?
So we're in the swallow pod.
It's quite basic.
It'll do the job. And it's got a little heater, it's got power.
It's got power. Oh, it's lovely and warm. Might actually dry all of our wet stuff out.
But that's us for tonight, ain't it?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Great stuff. And we'll sit outside and watch the sunset.
Yeah.
And these chairs behind us.
Lovely view.
And this is the view from our pod. Got a fire pit. What was it? 55 quid altogether?
Yeah.
It's not bad. It's a little pricey, but and the showers just down there. So if you're camping here, as you can see, we were originally going to camp here, so there's loads and loads of space to camp, and the facilities at the bottom look really, really good. You've got showers, you've got a washroom, you've got a kitchen, so there's a lot going for this place. But like Katie said, because of the weather and last night, we thought we'll upgrade. A bit of peace of mind knowing that we will be okay.
Yeah, and we only get to do these holidays once, and might as well enjoy it. Good morning, day 6 of the South Downs Way, and we are already packed up to leave our little camping pod, which was the best decision we made yesterday. So it was a last minute decision. We called ahead to see if we could change our booking, and thankfully it was available for one night. We were so nice, comfy and warm, if not a little bit too warm actually. So we would highly recommend it. Slightly a little bit more expensive, but it was well worth it. It did rain and wind last night. We spoke to a couple of guys this morning and it wasn't so bad overall, but every now and again they had massive gusts of winds come along and they had to keep checking their tent was all in place. So thankful we didn't have to go through that. Because I think our tent would have hit its limits last night. It really sounded like it was coming down. It's looking alright actually. It's slightly overcast. It's stopped sort of raining. It's a little bit drizzly. And fingers crossed the storm has kind of moved past the southern area where we are now. So we are really hoping that for the rest of the day it's going to be relatively okay. Fingers crossed.
It's a bit windy and wet now.
So we've just come across South East. It's a lovely little sort of village green with the church. There is a water tap just outside the church. From here we've got around 7 miles to Alfriston where we're staying tonight. So far the weather has held off. Fingers crossed we'll make it in time before another downpour. It's a bit on and off and the forecast keeps changing, so it's difficult to keep up with the forecast at the moment.
The weather warning's been downgraded.
Yeah, the weather warning has been downgraded, so that's good. Although it is windy on the ridge lines at the top, but we don't hang around at the top very long. So it's nice to be at low level, no wind, and it's quite calm down here. So we've just had lunch, we've got about 6.5 miles to go, and we've just stopped for this lovely view over the A26. we've reached Phil Beacon with fantastic views, even with the moody sky. We're hurrying along this ridge line to Alfriston. I think it's just over that hill over there. We've got maybe another 3-ish miles to go. We've done 11.5 already, but we can kind of see where we're going, albeit it's just over the next hill. So we're making good progress. You can see all the rain clouds in the distance along the seafront. But so far, this afternoon, we've done alright. So we've come down from the ridgeline and we can just see where we're going. Alfriston in the distance. We've got maybe 1.5 miles to go and it's super dark. So we want to get a little move on because it looks like it's going to absolutely fall down.
Yeah, alright then, let's go.
So, we didn't quite make it. Made it to Alfriston.
We got through the downpour, didn't we?
Yeah, and there's lots of little historic buildings. Gonna get off the main road. We did it! Yay! So this is where we're staying tonight at the Old Smugglers Inn. Fingers crossed they'll let us check in. We didn't beat the rain, it's still raining. Oh well.
Let's go and check in, or at least have a pint.
Yeah, let's have a pint. Day 7 of our South Downs Way walk, and today is our final day. We are pushing on to Eastbourne today. We are just leaving Alfriston where we stayed last night. Just you can see, just in the background there's a little church, and unfortunately it is raining. Now the weather forecast said it was a 50-50 chance of rain, and yeah, it's 50% rain. It is supposed to clear up, although the weatherman has been wrong before. So it might be a little bit miserable this morning, but hopefully, fingers crossed, it'll clear up for us a little bit later on. The book says that we've got 10.5 miles to do, so that means that we've got 12 because we always end up doing more than what the book says. It's never ever the same amount as what the book says, but anyway, we'll see. We are taking the coastal route, so down Seven Sisters, Burling Gap and Beachy Head. There is an alternative which is bridle way, so cyclists and that could take the other way, which takes you over the sort of hills over that direction, but you do miss all the coastal bit. So yeah, we are taking the coastal route.
Up to Seven Sisters.
Up to Seven Sisters. So let's go.
Let's do this.
See how we get on. So we've reached the sea. Yay! This is Cuckmere Meanders, and you've got it, we're going up there. Once we reach the top we should see the Seven Sisters, and then we'll get to Burling Gap, Beachy Head and Eastbourne, so we're not far, maybe 7 miles-ish, around there. And it seems that the rain cloud has just shifted away from us, so that's nice. You can see a little bit of blue sky poking out over there, so hopefully we might have some good views.
I think the weather gods have been kind to us on this trip, really, haven't they?
Yeah, it was pretty miserable this morning. We're a bit cold, but our waterproofs have held up, so yeah, hopefully we'll get there with sort of reasonable weather. So let's go. There's Seven Sisters, we've gone over 2 and they are short and sharp and steep.
It's like a hit session, isn't it?
Yep.
Alright.
5 more to go.
So we made it over the Seven Sisters and we're now at Burling Gap. I tell you what, that is a workout going over those hills. The weather has come out, the sun is peeking out the clouds, and now we've got 4.5 miles to Eastbourne, so we better get going. It is now 11:45, so we'll get move on now.
Got Eastbourne in distance, not far to go.
Yay, we made it! 100 miles from Winchester to Eastbourne over some beautiful landscape.
Yeah,
and,
stunning.
and we've been so lucky to have the weather, haven't we?
We finished with sunshine,
Yeah.
so what more could we ask for?
What a great adventure we've had. So if you like what you've just seen, please make sure to hit the subscribe button and the like button, and check out our website for blogs in the description below. Right then, we better go and find the train.
Yep, happy hiking. What do we do now?
Where's our next adventure?
Where should we go?